Hello everyone, this is Nidishri and today we are going to cover a topic on Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, which is also one of the important topic where you can expect more questions in the exams. And start your IBPS AFO preparation with www.agriguru.in. Firstly, we are going to cover objectives of the Yojana, highlights of the scheme, formers to be covered, risk covered under the scheme, unit of insurance, calendar of activity, how to apply, how to report crop loss and claim insurance, revised operational guidelines for Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, comparison with previous schemes. We here go with introduction. This is a new crop insurance scheme with the theme One Nation, One Scheme, and it incorporates best features of all the previous schemes, and at the same time all previous shortcomings and weakness have been removed. The Yojana replaces the existing two schemes, National Agricultural Insurance Scheme as well as Modified National Agricultural Insurance Scheme. And first, the objectives of the Yojana. There are four objectives under this Yojana. Firstly, to provide insurance coverage and financial support to the farmers who are growing the notified crops in case of crop failure due to natural calamities, pests and diseases. Second is to stabilize the income of farmers to ensure their continuous in farming. Third, to encourage farmers to adapt innovative and modern agricultural practices. Fourth is to ensure flow of credit to agricultural sector. And highlights of the scheme. This scheme provides a uniform premium to all the farmers, that is 2% in case of kharif crops, 1.5% in case of rabi crops and 5% in case of annual commercial and horticulture crops. The premium rates are very low and the balance premium will be taken care by the government. There is no upper limit and on the government subsidy. Even if the balance premium is 90%, the government will pay it. Earlier, there was a provision of capping of premium rate which resulted in low claims being paid to the farmers, and now this has been limited. The capping is done to limit government outgo on the premium subsidy. As I said before, the capping is now being removed and the farmers will get claim against the full sum insured without any reduction. Use of technology is encouraged to a great extent and smartphones are used to capture and upload data of crop cutting to reduce the delay in claim payment to the farmers. Remote sensing is also being used to reduce the number of crop cutting experiments. This Yojana is a replacement scheme of National Agricultural Insurance Scheme and Modified National Agricultural Scheme. There will be exemption from service tax liability of all the services involved in the implementation of the scheme. It is estimated that the new scheme will ensure about 75 to 80% of subsidy for the farmers in the insurance premium. And the farmers to be covered, all the farmers growing notified crops in a notified area during the season who have insurable interest in the crop are eligible. Before, it was a compulsory insurance one, and now due to the address the demand of farmers, it has been converted into a voluntary one. And as I said earlier, it was a compulsory one, and the following categories of farmers as needed. Farmers in the notified area who possess a crop loan account or KCC account called as loanee farmers to whom credit limit is sanctioned or renewed for the notified crop during the crop season. Such farmers whom the government may decide to include them time to time. And the voluntary coverage obtained by all farmers not covered above, including crop KCC or crop loan account holders whose credit limit is not renewed. KCC is Kisan Credit Card. Risk covered under the scheme. Yield risk, that is yield losses, namely standing crops on notified area basis. Then comprehensive risk insurance is provided to crop yield losses due to non-preventable risk such as natural fire and lightning, storm, hailstorm, cyclone, typhoon, tempest, hurricane, tornado, etc. Risk due to flood, inundation and landslide, drought, dry spells, pests or diseases will also be covered under this Yojana. In case where majority of the insured farmers are going to intent to sow or plant and incurred expenditure for the purpose or prevented from sowing or planting the insured crop due to adverse weather condition. Under this condition, they are eligible for indemnity claims up to a maximum of 25% of sum insured. In post-harvest losses, coverage will be available up to a maximum period of 14 days. That is, from the day of harvest, 14 days is taken as consideration for those crops which are kept in cut and spread condition to dry in the field. For certain localized problems, loss or damage resulting from occurrence of identified localized risks like hailstorm, landslide, and inundation affecting isolated farms in the notified area will also be covered under this scheme. Unit of insurance. This insurance is on the basis of area approach, that is defined areas for each notified crop. The defined area is here village or village panchayat level. The unit of insurance can be a geo-fenced or geo-mapped region having a homogeneous risk profile for the notified crop. If in case an area is susceptible to some kind of disease, that area is covered by this insurance scheme. For risks of localized calamities and post-harvest losses on account of defined peril, the unit of insurance for loss assessment shall be the affected insured field of the individual farmer. Calendar of activity. In case of loaning period, loans action for loanee farmers covered on the compulsory basis. Kharif, it is from April to July, and Rabi, it is from October to December. Cut-off date for receipt of proposals of farmers, both loanee and non-loanee, it is 31st July for Kharif and 31st December for Rabi. Cut-off date for receipt of yield data, that is within a month from final harvest for Kharif, within a month from final harvest for Rabi. How to apply? Farmers can apply online for crop insurance at the link which is provided here. How to report crop loss and claim insurance? Can report the crop loss within 72 hours of occurrence on any event through the crop insurance app or CSC center or the nearest agricultural office. The claim benefit is then provided electronically to the bank accounts of eligible farmers. Revised operational guidelines for Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. The government has modified few operational guidelines for Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana from 1st of October 2018. Those new provisions are as follows. Provision of penalties or incentives for state insurance companies and banks. That is, if state insurance companies or bank didn't pay back the amount to the farmers, they have to pay the interest rate for the farmers. It is like 12% interest rate for insurance company if they didn't pay back beyond 2 months of prescribed cut-off date, and it is 12% interest rate for state government if they didn't pay back within 3 months of prescribed cut-off date. Detailed SOP, that is standard operating procedure for performance evaluation of insurance companies and their de-empanelment inclusion of perennial horticulture crops on pilot basis or under ambit of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Operation guidelines of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana emphasize coverage of food and oilseed crops and annual commercial and horticulture crops. Inclusion of hailstorms in post-harvest losses besides unseasonal and cyclonic rainfalls. Inclusion of cloudburst and natural fire in localized calamities in addition to hailstorms, landslides and inundation. Add-on coverage for crop loss due to attack of wild animals are also considered under this scheme, and it is a pilot basis, and under this state government should be concerned. Mandatory capturing of Aadhaar number is done. This is due to reduce the deduplication of members. Target for coverage of insurance company, especially of non-loanee farmers, that is 10% incremental. Definition of major crops, unseasonal rainfall and inundation incorporated for clarity and proper coverage. Rationalization of premium release process, release of upfront premium subsidy based on 50 to 80% of total share of subsidy of corresponding season of previous year as Government of India or state subsidy at the beginning of the season. Companies need not provide any projections for the advance subsidy. Second installment, balance premium based on approved business statistics on portal for settlement of claims, and the final installment after reconciliation of entire coverage data on portal based on final business statistics on portal. States are allowed to take decision for inclusion of crops having a high premium for calculation of Lagrange 1 calculation and for notification. Rationalization of methodology for calculation of total yield moving average of best 5 out of 7 years for calculation of claim amount. That is, the total yield is calculated by using moving average technique. That is, out of 7 years, out of a best 5 as taken as a calculation to claim amount. Settlement of claims prevented sowing on account of mid-season adversity or localized claims without waiting for second installment of final subsidy. Yield-based claims to be settled on the basis of subsidy provided on provisional business data. Separate budget allocation for administrative expenses, at least 2% budget of the scheme. Broad activity by seasonality discipline containing defined timelines for all major activities to streamline the process of coverage, submission of yield data, and early settlement of claims. District-wise, crop-wise crop calendar for major crops to decide cut-off date for enrollment. Increased time for change of crop name for insurance up to 2 days prior to cut-off date for enrollment instead of earlier provision of 1 month before cut-off date. More time to insured farmers to intimate individual claims, that is 72 hours instead of 48 hours through any stakeholders and directly on portal. Timeline for declaration of prevented sowing. Detailed SOP, that is standard operating procedure for dispute redressal regarding yield data or crop loss. Detailed SOP for claims estimation with respect to add-on products, that is mid-season adversity, prevented or failed sowing, post-harvest loss, and localized claims. Detailed SOP for area correction factor. Detailed SOP for multi-picking crops. Detailed plan for publicity and awareness. Earmarked expenditure 0.5% of gross premium per company per season. Use of risk analysis tools in clustering or risk classification. Penalties or incentives for states, insurance companies, and banks. Performance evaluation of insurance companies and their de-empanelment. This is a comparison with previous scheme. Previously, the premium rate was low in NAIS and it was high in MNAIS, and in Pradhan Mantri Crop Insurance Scheme, it is lower than even NAIS, government to contribute 5 times that of the former. 2. 1 season, 1 premium, and this was available in National Agricultural Insurance Scheme and it was not available in modified NAIS, and it is available now in Pradhan Mantri Crop Insurance Scheme. Insurance amount cover, it is full in NAIS and it is capped in MNAIS, and it is full in Pradhan Mantri Crop Insurance Scheme. On account payment is not found in NAIS and it was found in MNAIS, and it is present in PMCIS. Localized risk coverage, it was not found in NAIS. Hailstorm and landslide was included in MNAIS. Hailstorm, landslide and inundation is included in Pradhan Mantri Crop Insurance Scheme. And 6. Post-harvest losses coverage, it was not found in NAIS. Coastal areas for cyclonic rain is found in MNAIS. All India for cyclonic plus unseasonal rain is found in Pradhan Mantri Crop Insurance Scheme. Prevented sowing coverage, it was not found in NAIS and it was found in MNAIS, and it is found in present also. Use of technology for quicker settlement of claims, it is not found in NAIS, and it is intended in MNAIS, and it is found in present, that is in crop insurance scheme. Awareness was not in the previous one and it is present in the present one. Thank you. You can join at www.agriguru.in for further IBPS AFO preparations. Thank you.